Weekend Edition. Steve Jobs dominated this past week. We're going to remember the passing of the wizard behind Apple's curtain, and Ron Howard dropped in. He's going to tell us the unique place that he received the inspiration for his new movie, and we'll get details on Arrested Development's Resurrection. Plus, we had a whole bunch of fun with the super slow-mo Phantom camera. It's slower than that. Jessica Chobot puts the $250,000 camera through its paces and destroys glass, eggs, lights, and a bunch of other fragile stuff. Cue fancy graphics, go! To Attack Weekend Edition. I feel like Mario Lopez should be coming out and saying that. What is?
Shooting spider webs out of my
that's
butt.
right. That's right.
Remember
That did happen this week.
That
Boy,
did
a lot
happen.
happened.
A lot happened.
Yeah.
I went to meet up with Guar, and
Was that weird fulfilling that childhood fantasy of yours?
it was such a childhood fantasy.
Because I remember when we were in the womb, your mom used to put the headphones on the belly and blast Guar.
Yeah.
Just to put you to sleep, to get you to stop kicking.
Yeah, no, she did. I love that music. I love it.
If you had to pick a favorite song, and I know that's going to be tough because you have the entire catalog. If you had to just pick a single favorite song or a message from any song, what would that be, Candace?
Slaughterama.
Yep.
All right. Anyways, I was just going to tell you that I learned that Odorous, he was born from his mom, and then he had sex with his mom, and then he killed his mom.
Oh.
And he also had sex with his dad, and then killed his dad. That was fun to learn.
Yeah,
that was fun.
I had no idea he had that much in common with Ron Howard, but we also had Ron Howard on the show this week.
Yeah.
Very similar stories. He revealed to me right before I like this music while we're chatting.
Yeah.
It's like, yo, what's up, guys? How's it going? All right. Put the iPod away. We were chatting right before the interview, and he said his next project was going to be, and I don't know if this is announced, but I'm announcing it. You're welcome, Ron. A Formula One racing film, which is cool. And I said, so Mr. Howard, how long you been a fan of Formula One? Do you know it really deeply? And he said, nope. I said, okay. And he said, but I didn't know much about the moon, and I made Apollo 13, so I was like, touche, Ron Howard.
That's great.
Speaking of iPods, this week was a big week for Apple. They unveiled the new iPhone 4S.
Yes, and now I can finally have one because it's that Sprint.
Are you going to make the leap? Are you actually going to pick one up?
Yeah, well, my HTC Evo is a piece of crap. I can't ever get on Twitter. I try to go on Twitter all the time, and it just force closes on me. So if you're wondering why I never tweet, that's probably why. So I can't wait to be able to actually do it now.
Well, yes, welcome to 5 years ago and cell phone land.
Well, I've been on Sprint this whole time.
I know. Why would you
Sprint.
do that? Just get a tin can and a string and save yourself $100 a month.
Because I get good service, Kevin.
That's great.
That's why.
Yeah. I feel like we should probably know what's going on in the rest of the world, though. I mean, it's fun to chat about what happens in our little shoebox.
Yeah.
But there is a world outside of here.
Yeah, I guess we could check in with Sarah Underwood.
Oh, I guess we could. Hey, Sarah Underwood.
Hey, guys.
There you go.
I hear you want to know what's going on.
Yeah, what's
You
coming
heard
up in the feed
correctly.
today?
Okay, well, let me tell you real fast. The Halo movie everyone has been waiting for might have one more shot at actually getting off the ground. Plus, we'll tell you why one of TV's longest-running shows may be turning off the lights soon, and how the next generation of rocket fuel is closer and grosser than you think. But for now, back to you guys.
Sarah, are you an iPhoner?
I am. I have the iPhone 4.
Are you going to slap an S on the end of that, an upgrade?
I would love to slap an S on the end of it. Unfortunately, I'm very cheap and I'm kind of poor. So if somebody wants to send one to, hey, I would love that.
Really?
But otherwise, no.
Really?
You told me you got 2 million an episode. Was that a lie?
No, you had 2 million.
And I thought you said me too. No.
Yeah, well, I mean, I tend to tell some lies sometimes.
Clearly.
We're going to get to
we all know
who told a lie a little bit later on. But right now, we do have to talk about this because it was a huge story this week. As you well know, Steve Jobs unfortunately passed away this week, and Chris Hardwick and Veronica Belmont came by to talk about his legacy. And I didn't actually know that Chris once had a close encounter of the Steve Jobs kind.
Yeah.
But we did learn that and so much more. Take a look. When you carry around a piece of someone's dream in your pocket every single day, it's hard to not be personally affected by their passing. And joining me now is Chris Hardwick, everybody. The old Nerdist is here.
Hello.
And via satellite, co-host of Techzilla, Miss Veronica Belmont joins us as well.
Veronica Belmont.
All right, so Chris, I want to ask you, because obviously not just the tech world is mourning here. Everybody is. On every news channel, they're airing documentaries and look-backs, and social media has been flooded with remembrances. And the most interesting thing, I think, are people actually flocking to the brick-and-mortar stores, people showing up to physical Apple stores to put down flowers and to light candles. When was the last time, if you can remember, that a CEO has had this impact, like this kind of impact?
I don't know if anyone ever passed away at Sun Microsystems. No one ever went down there to bring them cake.
Right.
You know, it's. I mean, it's. But when you think about Steve Jobs and you see him, you know, in the videos we saw on the ATN today, it was just seeing him, what a compelling speaker he was, and you really believed the passion and the vision that he had, and he really gave us this idea of the future that we all had. We all had this sort of, you know, Star Trek-y, Kubrickian idea of what future technology would look like. And he gave that to us and influenced so many different areas that, you know, that most people don't even think about. I mean, like ancillary businesses, like podcasting, which is very important to me.
Right.
And Veronica knows this. She's been podcasting since you could podcast. But it didn't really tip for podcasting until iTunes made the delivery service, you know, easy.
Yeah, it's funny, Veronica, there was a time on the internet where broadcasting was explained in long-winded sentences that involved multiple applications and someone at the end scratching their head going, so what dial is it on the radio? And then Apple made it one click away. Is that a testament to what Steve does best, is figuring out how to make things accessible?
Yeah, it's funny thinking back to that time because we were all thinking we were going to get sued out of existence for just calling ourselves podcasters because of the iPod. And it definitely blew that medium out of the water once they added it to iTunes and we were able to reach that huge audience.
You know, Steve, everybody says, he was a fun guy. He encouraged people to be weird. You know, he made being a nerd cool. I mean, he was the guy that encouraged pirate flags to be hung even at Apple headquarters as divisions competed. Do you think, Veronica, that when he left the company and came back, was it a different Steve Jobs, or was this the Steve Jobs that we would have seen him naturally grow into over the years?
I think that him leaving the company and coming back made him a different person. He came back in a more experienced person. He had a vision of who he really wanted to be and what he wanted the company to turn into, and he followed through with that.
There's always this sense of, okay, what is that one more thing? What is that whimsy going to be? And Veronica, can you think of another company that competes with Apple on that level of potential astonishment where people are on the edge of their seats waiting for that announcement?
I don't think so. I mean, a lot of companies have tried, and that's one of the things that Apple has changed in the technology industry is that every single piece of consumer electronics that we put our hands on these days is in some way influenced by Apple, in some way influenced by Steve's vision, and that's just going to continue in the next years.
Yeah. When Steve was working at Next, which was basically going to compete with Apple, he developed a new operating system, and he learned that, I mean, look, he didn't have much to announce with this operating system, and he learned then the power of secrecy. By not revealing too much, he could build hype, and people would be interested in that. Do you think that carried over to his personal life as well? Because not much is really known about Steve's personal life.
I know almost nothing about him other than what he's done in his work, and maybe his life was his work. I was even wondering last night, like, does he have kids? Like, I don't even know.
Yeah.
He might.
Yeah, he does.
Okay, good. Good.
But you actually got to meet him, which is something that
I did.
Most of us have not.
You know, to say meet is really a bad.
To be in his vicinity is worth an achievement. You unlocked it.
G4 gave me the opportunity to go to many keynotes. I was third row jobs last year, which was really awesome. And so I'd been to many, and I got to see him up close, and I got to see. And so, like, I remember I went to the iPad announcement, and a bunch of us came out afterwards, and I saw guys from Gizmodo, you know, like at the time, like Jason Chen, or I saw Ryan Block, for instance, and like we saw each other, and after the iPad announcement, we're like, this guy's lost it. Who is going to buy this device? How dare you, Steve Jobs? Then you get your hands on it, and you're like...
Then you touch it, and you melt into a 4-year-old.
I'm sorry to take it here, but the iPad is almost like masturbating for the first time. And you're like, it can do that! Like when you get your hands on it. And so I saw Steve Jobs I think it was after the iPad announcement. He was just sort of wandering through the demonstration area. And I saw him coming. I'm like, oh, my God, here he comes. I got to say something. And my big thing, this was such a fail on my part. All I could think to say was, because you never say anything impressive to famous people when you meet him. He came like, he got this close to me, and I was just like, this was after the keynote, and I was like, pretty good job up there. Like, that's what I said to Steve Jobs. Pretty good job up there. And he just kind of went, thanks, and kept walking. I was like, damn it. Yeah. Like Chris Farley. Like, what are you doing?
Swing and a miss.
Yeah, swing and a miss.
Right.
But
at least you got a chance to swing at it.
But he really just had this wonderful air about him, just sort of floating through the demo area.
Veronica, real quick, going forward now, do you think people will look at Apple differently as a company because of Steve's absence?
It will be hard not to, but, Steve was a visionary, and I'm sure that Apple has their plans laid out for years to come. So in terms of the company, I'm not worried, but in terms of the rabid fan base, maybe that will start to be on the decline a little bit.
His visions have touched us, and I'm sure they will for ages. They've inspired an entire evolution, if not a revolution in technology, and he'll deeply be missed by all of us. Thank you, Chris Hardwick. Thank you, Veronica Belmont.
Thanks, Veronica.
From Techzilla for joining us.
Hey everybody, I'm Vinny Rutherford, EP of Attack of the Show. Stick around, we're going to show you something that's going to happen in Around the Net. And we have this video with a boy band that Kevin just wouldn't stop talking about. You'll see.
A lot of videos every week.
Yeah, most of mine involve Japanese subways and crying and pixelation of the genitals. But every
that's
now and then...
That's not the kind of videos I was talking about, Kevin.
Well, you say we watch a lot of videos, and that's what I watch. But sometimes I watch videos that we can actually play on television.
Yes, so that's what I was talking about.
Well, here
and these are some of our favorites. You actually found this video, right? And
yes,
you were
Candace.
watching it a whole bunch of times?
I did. Some would say it's awesome. Others would say it's an embarrassing Disney video. Others wouldn't be so critical with their commentary.
Why did you watch it so many times?
It was late at night, and before nodding off, I like to cruise the interwebs for weird videos and came across it, and it was just everything that was right/wrong about the 90s all rolled into one. It was bad rap, it was hypercolor T-shirts.
But it was kind of amazing. Because I love hypercolor T-shirts.
Yeah.
And I love bad rap.
Well, you know it is a thrill when you go downhill, 'cause you're riding on the mountain of your own free will. And you're zipping in a flash on a daring dash, down a waterfall so rapid that you go split splash.
Splash Mountain.
Zippity-doo-dah.
Splash Mountain.
Zippity-yay. My, oh my.
Zip, 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 zip.
Wonderful day. Zip, zip, zippity-doo-dah. Zip, zip, zippity-yay. My, oh my. My, oh my. What a wonderful day. Oh, what a wonderful day.
Zip, 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 zip.
Splash.
I love this. I want to learn the dance.
White people.
Kevin.
That was clearly the work of some really white people.
Regardless, I'm really white and I want to learn
And
the
you
dance.
almost know the whole dance now. Give him a little zip,
I
zip,
will.
zip, zip, zip. Go ahead.
Zip, 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 zip. No, give me a little time. I'll learn it. I'll perform it.
Oh, please do.
I know you want me to.
I do.
Don't
now,
throw me with a good time.
Speaking of terrifying videos, this is just a tragic music video that should not exist.
Oh, yes. This is the new boy band. Is this a real video or is this a joke?
Well, it exists. Are you
No,
talking about
is it like...
metaphysically speaking? It is real.
No, do you think it's an actual video? Or do you think... You know what I mean. Do you think it's a joke?
Well, it's the
Heart to Heart is a Facebook song.
Yes, it is it's a song about Facebook, loving in the Facebook generation called Facebook Official, which is when the relationship is really legit. It's
the real world.
It's inspired by K-pop and mentored by Lance Bass.
I love Lance Bass.
Lance Bass is so magical, he can't be real. So I don't believe that this video is real, but with that said, here it is, Heart to Heart.
Heart to heart.
Log on, MySpace is dead. I'm checking your page to see what you said. Girl, you're so fine, your pics are so hot. I'm thinking dirty thoughts, but I better not. Part 2, hot is back. FB chat popping on my Mac. I like your status, 2 thumbs up. I met you last week when you played Flip Cup. Confirm to this request. Agree to my terms of service. The message has been sent, and all I wanna do official. Baby, you and me, Facebook official.
Wow.
Another dance I want to learn. I think I might spend my weekend learning these dances.
Oh, I'm sure they'd be happy to teach you and then not have sex with you.
Why not?
My penis crawled into a
understand.
question mark when it saw that because those guys confused me with all those lens flares and
The hair?
yeah.
Oh, that was some
The
great
pomade.
hair.
Yeah.
Oh, it's nice.
Yeah, gives the boys some grip.
Moving on to our next video.
Yeah.
I think you all know that I am so frightened of cockroaches.
It's like, who's Coke Rogers? The country singer? Hi, everybody.
Cockroaches and bugs and spiders. And this makes me never want to sit on a toilet ever again. It's so big! It was so big!
Hey, what's up, Doug? Okay, goodbye. That's what this meant. That, for many, that was a very, very scary video. But I think that's the point. I mean, that's
I
cheaper
think
than
that was for
X-Lax.
you.
That'll clear right out when you see that in the men's room.
I don't want to see that ever. You want to see what Sarah's up to?
I suppose. Yeah, Sarah's over here. Hey, Sarah, what's up? Are you here for the feed by any chance?
I am.
Okay.
Hey, Sarah.
Hi. Let's start the feed.
All the news you need to know.
It's Friday, October 7th, and here are your top stories.
Wait. Sorry, you weren't
What?
here this week. I owe you this.
Oh, God. What are you saying? I'm so sure?
I did twice.
Naughty girl.
Wait. All right.
Great news.
All right. Rumors about a Halo movie have come and gone over the years, but now humanity's fight against the Covenant might finally make it to the big screen. And with a big name attached, multiple sources are reporting on a snippet from a press kit for the Halo Cryptum book that alludes to a movie that would be produced by DreamWorks with Steven Spielberg attached. Microsoft and DreamWorks have yet to comment on the matter, and of course, rumors like this should be taken with a grain of salt, but hey, a kid can dream, right? Yeah. Earlier in the week, we reported on what looks to be the end of The Simpsons. Unfortunately, things aren't looking much better. Even though most of the show's top-level producers have now agreed to Fox's hefty pay cuts, the show's voice talent have yet to get on board with the new terms. Either way, an unnamed producer told The Wrap that even if everyone agrees to another season, it will most likely be its last. And words will not suffice here, so pour one out for them. Another one, just because they're that wonderful.
What is that? Is that actual beer?
Stuffed beer.
No, but is it?
Apparently it is.
You should have checked it.
The answer is yes. Okay, and finally, the world may be experiencing a never-ending energy crisis, but this week we found out that each day we're flushing potential fuel down the toilet. Literally. In Japan, there's a 3-wheeled bike toilet touring the country that runs entirely on human poop. And elsewhere in the world, scientists discovered that a bacteria that converts the main component of urine into rocket fuel. So I'd like to take this moment to propose a new ad campaign for the Department of Energy.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
Let's see it.
Do it.
The future of energy. Urine. Or you're out. Yeah. Okay, wait. Energy prosperity. It's your duty. All right. And finally, the future's fuel is in your stool. Yay! I'm Sarah Underwood, and you've just been fed.
Hey everybody, it's Vinny again. We got Candace going to be fed to a maggot by Guar. I honestly did not know it was going to come back when we sent her out into the field for this one, but you'll see what happens. And we have Kevin talking to Ron Howard about stapling appendages to his leg. It's a weird thing. You'll see.
Help me up, boys!
Woo! Granny, 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 Granny.
The robots have turned on each other, everybody, but breathe easy. Everyone except Hugh Jackman, who in Real Steel plays a former boxer struggling to revive a lost career and a relationship with his estranged son whose mom just died.
Stubborn kid.
My first thing is, can the Hugh from the second half of the movie be my father in real life? Please.
Really?
Yeah.
So you can have sodas for breakfast every day.
Yeah, I don't want the first half of the movie Hugh. I want the second half.
I don't blame. I don't think anybody wants or deserves the first half of the movie.
Give it up, Charlie. You got nothing left.
All my kids have to work.
Okay, Dad?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Wow, this is amazing. Totally unexpected.
This is what it's all about.
I didn't know how to feel after the movie because on the one hand, like I wanted to call my father immediately, but on the other hand, I wanted to go and work out and then punch somebody in the face.
That was my whole goal. The combination of big action, big heart. That was everything to me. I had to be vigilant every day to remember that it's about both.
Again.
You wanted to have those real life-size robots on set.
Well, it unbelievably helped us. They are massive. They are fully operational. We would forget that they're not real because all through the scene, these guys kind of act the part of the robot, and they are moving. And thank God for me, I'm not that great an actor. Having the real thing, it just really helped me.
Let's finish him. Gravity slam, uptown.
Ray was our boxing consultant, so it meant he not only contributed to the choreography of the fights, but he worked with Hugh on those punch combinations and on the way that an ex-fighter moves and walks and thinks and carries himself.
There are fighters that have natural talent, natural physical attributes, but they're not good students. Hugh was one of those guys who was coachable. And I told him what I knew and showed him what I used to do, and he pulled it off.
Are you kidding me?
You know this fight game inside and out.
So you learned a lot of real-life experiences. Yep. So let's say I hypothetically owed a robot some money, and said robot was standing outside of the Four Seasons waiting for me.
Yes.
How do I protect myself?
You don't. You run.
That's not the lesson that you showed me in the movie.
That's good, but yeah, forget them. That's a movie. You run. Get the hell out of there.
Boxing and comeback stories. Everyone loves them. Real Steel. It's like Rocky, but with 100% more robots.
Real Steel is in theaters now.
Now, we covered a lot on Attack this week, and you tweeted your little asses off. I don't know if that's how you tweet, but you tweeted a lot. She shoots webs from hers. I don't know how they work anymore.
I do. I'm very talented. And now we're going to read them.
Hoorays! On Monday, R. Silence said, quote, "So Candace is embarrassed to toot, but is okay shooting sticky webs from her butt?" Yeah, where do you draw the line there?
Obviously, because tooting is stinky and gross. And shooting spider webs out of my butt is amazing because I can go, pew, and attach to something and then start, like, flying through the air. I mean, who wouldn't want to be able to do that?
But apparently the brown webs that you shot in Sarah Underwood's dressing room were really stank. Because she said this week that you just demolished the place.
I think that's a lie because I never pooped in a bathroom. Okay, DJ Deem517 said, "Hey, at K Pereira, don't hate on the marching bands." And a fun fact, did you know trombones do it in all 7 positions? Hashtag band humor.
I did not know
Weren't
there were...
you in the band?
I was in jazz band, but I didn't know there were 7 different positions for crying on your boner alone. So that's cool. Congrats to you guys in the marching band. And Griff Moy said, quote, "Okay, Guar needs to release Glitter on My Camel Toe as a special single just for AOTS. Now that would definitely fit in with Epictober."
But they can only sing Glitter on My Camel Toe when I'm a part of it, because that's my song.
They're Guar. They will murder you for the rights.
They will.
They will absolutely murder you.
Okay, you guys can have it. Gallons of blood, hacked off limbs, screaming people. Kind of sounds like the setup of a horror film, right? Nope. It's just an average day for the boys in Guar. There's nothing on Earth like Guar. This costumed ensemble of malicious aliens have been soaking audiences in the blood of their onstage sacrifices for over 20 years. Fans just can't get enough. Hey guys, I'm to meet you. I've heard a lot of great things about you.
The pleasure is all yours.
Yes, it is, I guess. I don't usually do this, but I was wondering if I could get an autograph.
We'd love to sign you.
Okay, I guess here? Guar, where are you all from?
We came from the womb of a woman, much like yourself. We basically ate our way out of the womb.
You ate your mom?
Yeah, she died in childbirth.
That's sad. I feel bad for your mom.
Yeah, it sucked for her, but not so bad
But
for
she's
me.
dead now,
You
so-
should have seen what happened to Dad.
What happened to Dad?
Daddy! Daddy! Oh, Daddy.
Who gets the most ladies?
Look at that thing. You seen that thing yet?
Well, I was gonna ask, what is this?
This is the cuttlefish of Cthulhu. For me, when I touch it, I feel a flesh-like symphony exploding out of me. Oh, this is simply just the way to be. Oh, Candace, there is something we wanted to ask you. Perhaps later you would join us for dinner?
I would love to join you for dinner, yes. That's so sweet. I actually made up my own song that I sing a lot on the show. And I was wondering if you wanted to maybe make up your own version of it.
Well, let's hear some lyrics and then we can maybe riff on it a little
Well,
bit.
it goes a little bit like this. I got glitter on my camel toe, glitter on my camel toe, glitter on my camel toe. Yeah?
Camel toe, glitter on camel toe, glitter on my camel toe, glitter on my camel toe, glitter on my camel toe.
What an honor. War covering a Candace Bailey original.
Glitter on my camel toe. Oh, God, so crazy I will.
Great as it is, nothing is more awe-inspiring than seeing the Dark Lords of Metal perform their rituals on stage. Nothing, that is, except being a part of that ritual.
Would you like to see that chick from G-Force Attack of the Show get eaten by the world maggot? The maggots are flying like rain!
So it turns out they didn't want to have me for dinner. I was dinner. Thanks a lot, Guar. Stupid maggots.
Bomb Patrol Afghanistan is G4's new documentary series that follows those who have chosen to take on the U.S. military's most dangerous job, finding and disarming bombs on the streets of Afghanistan. It premieres October 25th only on G4. Visit g4tv.com/Bomb Patrol for exclusive videos about how these guys train to disarm bombs.
What's up? It's Vinny. And we're going to see Kevin talking to Ron Howard about the Arrested Development reunion. This was something I was very excited about.
Fail. You're dead. Major fail. Fail. Good. Fail, 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 fail. You lose.
No! We gotta give away some free.
So yesterday we gave out a tricked out Gears of War 3 Xbox full of hazardous radiation.
Wait a minute.
Just kidding.
Oh.
But it does glow.
I was worried for a second there. Hey, the lucky winner is
Mike and
of
Modesto, California.
All yours
Horses.
will be so.
Horny.
Of course.
Of course, we've got more stuff to give away for free, like a Dead Rising 2 Chuck leather jacket and a collector's edition of Dead Rising 2.
To enter, visit our website at g4tv.com/epic giveaway. Get your entry in between now and Monday, October 10th by 3 p.m. Eastern if you want to be eligible. We're actually going to announce the winners right then. That's when we're going to do it.
As we are.
Hey, I said at the top of the show that I got to chat with Ron Howard. Guess what? I wasn't lying, unlike someone.
Lying about what?
Well, you lie about everything, but I'm not lying. I did chat with Ron
I'm
Howard.
so sure I
And here's
lie.
Uh-oh.
Here's Ron Howard.
Please welcome to the show Academy Award-winning producer and director, Ron Howard, everybody.
Wow. Thank you.
Welcome to the show, sir.
Pleasure.
I hope we, well, thank you. I was told not to make direct eye contact or touch you, but you initiated the contact.
There's those people and the barriers they try to create.
This is your first Attack appearance, is it not?
It is.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm really glad to be here.
We should.
And this set, the set is even cooler in person.
Yeah.
Than it manages to be.
We should christen you. We should strike you with a bottle of champagne because this is a momentous
well, it's an attack.
occasion.
Attack.
Yes, and you're joining the illustrious ranks of the Insane Clown Posse,
right?
And Steve-O. So, if at any point in this interview you want to staple your testicles to your thigh, you let me know.
Okay, all right.
We'll get it happen. We have a huge art department.
Let's see how the first one goes. If we click in this episode, testicle stapling is not entirely out of it.
It could happen.
It could possibly
that's
happen.
all I need is
later on down the road.
It could happen.
Okay.
Let's talk about things that are actually happening because you have your hands on so many different projects. One right now is Project Imagination.
Right.
Okay.
And I even have the hat for it.
I see that.
This is something that the people from Canon came to me about. I've never done any sort of connection with an agency or anything like that before, but they had this idea for a thing called Project Imagination they wanted to do, which was really, really cool. It's an experiment. Basically, they wanted to take 8 different categories of storytelling, narrative storytelling, what I do, and they wanted to offer the opportunity to photographers all over the country to enter photographs that to them reflected one of those categories, whether it was mood or
setting, character,
right, relationships, the unknown, all these really important storytelling elements, goal, and they did. They got and the idea was to then narrow it down, have a winner, and then fashion a short film out of taking inspiration from those 8 images. I thought it was a fantastic creative idea.
And really cheap storyboarding. As a producer.
That's right, it's done.
I mean, you just kill that one off the spreadsheet.
So I knew I didn't have time to direct it. I was really excited about it creatively. And I thought it would work in an interesting way, but it was also a little scary. And then they said, well, you could mentor somebody, and I'm guilty that I didn't.
You
think
chose
of
an inner city youth.
I did. My daughter, Bryce Dallas Howard. But she's done some directed theater, and and she wanted to do it, so we're having a great time collaborating.
That must have been fun. Is this your first time collaborating other than Conception?
In fact, no. She actually produced a movie that Gus Van Sant directed called Restless, and she's working on a screenplay also. So I've been working with her for a while. She keeps wondering when I'm going to cast her in a movie. Now that she's directing, I'm wondering when the hell she's going to cast me.
Soon.
Yeah, I hope so.
Tell you, if we break out that stapler, you got a reel. You got a reel. The subjects are varied, and I imagine that because they're so open to interpretation, like something like The Unknown, right? The array of entries that you must have had must have been incredible. It's just a spectrum, right?
Well, I mean, I think there were 96,000 entrants, and then people voted online. That narrowed it down a lot. Canon had a couple of votes. We voted for the sort of within the finalists, and ultimately it narrowed down to 10 per category.
I sent in one. I don't believe it was in The Unknown. It might have been in Challenge or Goal.
Oh, really?
And I think...
Well, now that's amazing. And I'll tell you, because it was 9th for a little while. For just a little while, that was 9th.
So close!
And then it got kicked down. It was 10.
Did I get beat out by a photo of a tree that was shot with HDR? I did, didn't I?
I think it was something cuter.
What? What are you talking about? Maybe do we need to pull the photo up? No, we don't. We don't need to pull it up again. I have you here, so I have to ask. There's been a lot of confusion online. Some people are confirming this project that you're involved with. I believe it was a TV show called Arrested Development.
Well, that.
have said not only is a movie happening, but there's a 7 to 9 part series that's going to set up the characters and how they've gotten older, and that's going to tee up the movie. So if you could just confirm that now for us.
You know, in all of us who are involved, in our hearts and minds, it is all done.
Fantastic. The quote ends there. Thank you so much.
But no, Mitch Hurwitz is writing. The cast is totally behind the idea. And as he was working on the movie, he began to develop the sense that, wow, we need to catch up with these characters, but it'll take too much time in the movie.
You'll have a 4-hour IMAX 3D spectacle just to figure out where they are.
What if we reintroduced in a very particular way, not really like the old episodes, but in a new way using the characters, but on TV, reintroduce the Bluths and everyone around them, and then let the actual reunion be the movie. And everybody in the cast loves this idea, and mostly it's just he's got so much funny stuff that he just wants to do. So
look, maybe let me ask, who doesn't love the idea? Can we get their name, phone number, email address?
Everybody at every studio and company is very supportive of the idea. But there's much to be worked out. There are business timing issues and scheduling factors.
We got to figure out who's got the ringtone rights. I mean, there's a lot to be scheduled.
Look, the fans have kept it going, and I think everybody who's involved, there's sort of love of having been a part of it and wanting to experience that again. But you know, the fans have been noisy. I'd say keep being noisy. And is it going to? I mean, I really, really believe it will, but it's not a green light, and it's not all paid for yet.
So the series starts fall 2012, feature in 2013. just wink once.
Whatever you say.
All right, we'll take it. Ron, I am a huge fan, to say the least. It's an honor to interview you. Anytime you are welcome here, and we got a swing line with your name on it. It really is.
Beautiful.
A true pleasure. Ron Howard, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. For more information on Project Imagination, go to youtube.com/imagination.
All right, gang, Vinny, one last time. You're going to see Jessica Chobot playing with a $250,000 Phantom camera. I was so glad she didn't break it, because I just didn't want to pay for that. And also, the girls get into what we like to call poop fight. Just watch.
Epictober continues next week on AOTS. Sarah Underwood and I are cowgirling it up to find the marble in the oatmeal. And Sarah Wayne Callies hits the studio with the latest on The Walking Dead. Plus, we hope you like free consoles and collectibles, because our insane epic giveaways continue. Then Bustus returns and teams up with Power Girl to save the world from sexy disaster. And Gadgetron takes on the new Samsung Galaxy, a phone so epic they put epic in the name. Epictober continues next week.
Boy, you know what? So much happened this week, and we learned a lot about each other, didn't we, Candace?
We did?
Oh, I think so. I mean, for instance, we all learned about your bathroom habits. You know, the ones I was talking about earlier, where you destroyed Sarah Underwood's bathroom.
We learned lies because I never pooped in her bathroom!
Hey, you want to hear about the story?
Yeah!
Okay.
Actually, I want to hear more about you and Candace sharing a bathroom.
She comes in, she stinks it up, and she leaves.
I do not stink it up! I have never stunk it up!
That is now.
I do not poop in there.
There was a weird smell the other day.
Jokes on TV. Now everyone thinks I stunk up your damn bathroom, you whore.
Come on, you haven't number two'd in there once.
I've never number two'd in there. You've number two'd in there.
I number two'd in there all the time. It was my stench.
What is it that makes slow-mo so cool? It's this baby right here, the Phantom Flex camera. The Phantom Flex camera is a super slow-motion camera that shoots at 2,500 frames per second, records at 8 gigabytes per second, and all in glorious high definition. This camera was originally developed for the military to test ballistics, but the guys over at Vision Research have adapted the tech for TV and film. This sucker's called the Flex for a reason, mainly because of the interchangeable lenses. You can switch out any 35mm PL lens, which allows for a wide range of shots, or if you're too cheap like me, you can go ahead and get Hipstamatic for your iPhone. So taking all of those shots are great, but where are you gonna store them? You're gonna store them on this, the Cinemac. It's a 512GB flash memory device, essentially a ginormous one of these. So coming around here to the back of the camera, we've got our terminals, we've got a standard power cord, we've got an Ethernet cable that's running itself into the laptop which controls the camera, and we've got 2 HD SDI video outputs. So how is this camera able to shoot at such a high frame rate? Well, inside the body of this camera right here, there are a multitude of processors and RAM cards. In fact, the only thing that's moving is the fan to keep everything cool. So Jessica, you might ask me, how much does something like this cost? Well, everything you see right here costs about as much as it does to take me out on a date. A cool $250,000. So enough with the technical mumbo jumbo. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you destruction in stunning super slow motion. Can I get a yeah? This is cooking an egg Phantom camera style. Now I bring you Phantom fountains. Now we have live ball baseball in slow-mo. It, scientific proof that everything in life looks cooler in slow motion thanks to the Phantom camera. What are you guys doing? Ow! Wait! Oh! Wait, I cannot
What a week, indeed. Many thanks to Ron Howard for joining us. Also got to thank your favorite band, Guar,
Yeah,
for coming on the program. Thanks to Sarah Underwood for exposing the truth.